Alright guys, we're back with another how-to. Today we're going to be talking about the auction house. How to buy and sell items. So, when you come into Regenshai, you're going to come up here to this top corner, and there are two NPCs. Sutherland and Lantos. Both of which allow you to access the auction house. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is the screen you're going to be greeted by first. We have several options on category 1. Weapons, armor, accessories, praying equipment, praying materials, mounts, cores, enriched roofs and pel, stone refinement, enchantments, appraisals, appearance, effects, and potions, boxes, recipes, guild items, and other miscellaneous materials. So we'll look at one that has multiple category options. So again, we're just choosing for category 1 what we want to look at. So we can look at armor here, and now this is where we go into category number 2. You have your helmet, your suit, your gloves, and your boots, and then shields. Shields is the only one that's not going to have a third category. Say we want to look at suits. Now that brings us to our third category, where we have the classes: warrior, paladin, rifleman, dual gunner, warlock, and cleric. So let's take a look at warlock gear for instance. Um, we also have a level minimum and maximum. As you can see, we have levels 1 through 99. If I was looking for level 50 gear, I would select 50 as my maximum. I could also set my minimum to 50, or I could just leave it at 1. That'll give me all the gear from level 1 to level 50. And then we're going to hit search. As you can see, I have a couple different options. So how this is read, it's going to give you the name of the item, the level required to use the item, who's selling the item, when the item is removed from the auction house, and the price of the item. Now you can mouse over them and see the stats of each one of these pieces of equipment. And in order to purchase them, let's say we want to purchase this plus 11 robe of Shouting Life. We will click it, and then we can hit buy item. That's one way of doing it. The other option is to just double left click. And now buy item, the name of the item, and the price of the item. If this is the item you were trying to buy, you can hit confirm, but right now I don't want to buy it, so I'm going to hit cancel. And if I were to press confirm, it would show up in my mailbox. I would open the most recent mail with it in it. The item would be sitting right down here in the items hold place, along with some information of what I bought, who sold it, and how much I paid for it. And I could just retrieve the item. Now let's talk about selling items real quick. So that's where these two tabs come in: buying items and selling items. Say I want to sell this suit of Decision Life for Riflemen. Well, right now I can only guess at what it's worth. Or I could come in here, choose my armor, go to my category, I want suits, and then choose my class, which is Rifleman. And I still have it set to level 50, which kind of helps me narrow it down because I am looking for a level 50 piece of armor. So we'll come in here, we see we have a mana, Oh, look, a suited Decision Life. They're selling for 800. Now, to sell this item, you would pull it into the auction house window. How much do I want to sell it for? Well, I see they're selling for 800, but maybe that's been in there for a while and I want to mark this down to sell. So I'm going to sell it for 500. How long do I want it to sit in the auction house before it's returned to me? Well, my options are between 6 and 72 hours. Usually 24 hours gets you most things sold. How much is it going to cost me to put this item in the auction house for this amount? It's going to cost me 4 million. Now this is just a tax based off of how much you're selling the item for, so this will change. And how much you're going to be taxed on the item when it's sold, I will be taxed 0.8%. Excuse me. So, now that I'm ready to register this item for sale, I can go ahead and hit register item. This is just going to ask me if I'm ready to confirm that I want this to sell. So the item, are you wanting to sell this item, the item name, and the price I'm trying to sell it for, which is what I want to do. So I'll hit confirm, and now you can see the item is in the auction house with the name, the level required to use, when it is going to be returned to me, and how much I'm selling it for. If I posted something else, say this Gerinnis frag, and I accidentally posted it for $20 or $10,000. Well, that's not how much those are going to sell for, so I can hit stop selling and confirm, and that'll automatically place it back in my inventory. And that's just a few ways to use the auction house. Don't be afraid to open every tab and just explore what's in it. That's the best way to learn how to use the auction house.